Jenny Poulos.
And my name is Theron O'Giddenby. And before we start, hey, yo, Jenny, go ahead and drop a sick rap on these folks.
Let's go. Hands
Touch the
Hands
sky,
up,
wait,
touch the sky, wave your arms for NFYI. Hands up, touch the sky, wave your arms
wave
for
your hands for
NFYI.
NFYI.
Celebrate, donate, today is the day. Empower youth the NFYI way. Celebrate, donate,
Celebrate,
today is the
donate.
day. Empower youth the NFYI way. Hey, we are both honored and so pleased to be here with you today to celebrate National Foster Youth Institute's 2020 annual afternoon of celebration and learning.
Now, National Foster Youth Institute is a nonprofit organization that works tirelessly to advocate for current and former foster youth. I myself was a delegate for Oklahoma back in 2017, and now I'm back this year as a regional coordinator for both Texas and Oklahoma. As a nonprofit, we can't do it all without your support.
The board members, staff, and volunteers of NFYI are pleased to welcome you here today. We have a great program planned for you. There are special performances from our NFYI members. And for this year's Champion for Children Award and my champions, honorees Jules and Kiko Washington, we have a few special surprises in store for you too.
Now, I'm extremely excited, so let's go ahead and get started. First and foremost, I would like to introduce to you our current board chair, Conway Collis. Conway is the founding board chair member who will be turning over the gavel in January after 8 years of successful leadership. Thank you for your hard work, leadership, and all your support. We appreciate you, Conway. Go ahead and take it away.
Well, Julie and Theron, thank you very much for emceeing today's afternoon of learning and celebration. And thank each of you for being with us today. And thank you for your support for NFYI and helping us to amplify the voices of foster youth and former foster youth so that they're even better able to lead the reforms that are necessary in our child welfare system. And through the organizing and leadership training that NFYI does, they also gain new skills, and it opens up new opportunities for them. So thank you very much for your support for this work. I got a couple other thank yous. I want to thank the board and staff of NFYI for your work and your commitment. You know, when we started NFYI 8 years ago, we had one part-time staff member, and we now have 5 full-time staff, 3 full-time interns, and most important, over 1,000 foster youth and former foster youth from 20 states across the country who have participated in NFYI activities. You know, these are obviously tough times, but today is really cool. This afternoon is cool. And it is in part because we have the opportunity to honor Jules and Kiko Washington. And with the highest honor that NFYI can bestow, our Champion for Children Award. I just want to say to Jules and Kiko, to each of you, your care and concern and commitment sets a standard for all of us to try to obtain. And Wendy and Barry Meyer and Cookie Parker and Nancy Liu and our organizing director, Cindy Sorrell, thank you for all the work in putting today together. I guess my deepest gratitude, though, is to the foster youth and former foster youth who work with NFYI. NFYI exists because of you, or it wouldn't exist. And it's an honor to work with you, and thank you for allowing us to do so. When you talk about NFYI, you got to talk about our signature and I think transformative annual event, Congressional Shadow Day, where we bring last year over 120 former foster youth from across the country, over 20 states, to Washington to shadow their member of Congress and for a week of leadership training. We've done it for 8 years. We obviously couldn't do it this year. But for the 7 years prior, I've been to 5 of them. And what's so interesting about it is, in addition to the value for the participants in the program, it's really interesting that the learning and education for the members of Congress that takes place. And there's a story I want to share with you that I think really shows that. And it's the story about Dasha Joy, DJ. DJ was a participant in the 2019 Shadow Day from Wisconsin, and he shadowed Congresswoman Gwen Moore, the member of Congress from his district in Wisconsin. And they kept in touch, and DJ ended up having Thanksgiving dinner with Congresswoman Moore and her family, and she ended up being really a mentor to him and encouraged him, in addition to his advocacy for reform, encouraged him to go back to school, and he did. He entered nursing school and was doing extremely well. But then, tragically, DJ passed away this year from COVID. And in response to that, Congresswoman Moore, along with our own board member and founder, who you're going to hear from later, Congresswoman Karen Bass, introduced legislation in the Congress named after DJ to ensure that foster youth and former foster youth receive full health care regardless of what state they're in. And that, to me, that's what NFYI is all about. So thank you again for being with us today. It's supposed to be an afternoon of learning and celebration, so let's get to it. Next, we'd like to show you a video about NFYI and about Congressional Shadow Day. Enjoy the video, and thank you again for being with us.
National Foster Youth Institute, or NFYI, is an organization that is bringing the voices of former foster youth and their families to the forefront of policymaking. We're creating a movement across the U.S. of folks that have been involved in our child welfare system so that their voices can be at the table when policymakers are making decisions, so that they understand the real-life impact of the decisions that they're making.
Fearless, strong, survivor, self-awareness.
The reason why I ran for Congress was because I really want to change our child welfare system. So that's why I am here.
The young people are here for 5 or 6 days. They go through intensive workshops. We have events at night. So tonight we have open mic night, and they get to share their talents. They get a day to explore DC. We're really helping the young people understand how government is structured on the local and federal level so that they can understand where their voice comes in and how to best place their story.
Shadow Day allows them to go to their congressman or congresswoman or House of member, legislative staff, whomever, somebody in a position that can help them to create the change, and it also gives them the tools to go back into their community to be a change maker.
And it gives that opportunity for them to come right up to some of the most powerful people in the world here in Washington, D.C., and to be able to share their stories of resilience, their stories of tragedy, but they're also their stories of triumph.
Madam Speaker, today I have Jeremy Collier with me as part of the National Foster Youth Institute Shadow Day. He came to Washington to share his experiences in hope of strengthening the system for foster youth. Madam Speaker, I wholeheartedly congratulate Jeremy on all that he has achieved in life. We are all proud of his success and wish him and his family the best moving forward.
When you walk these halls, these are your halls. When you look at that floor in the House of Representatives, that is your chamber. This belongs to you. And you are the ones that have power when you are walking through these hallways today.
The opportunity to be heard, it can't be discounted how paramount it is, how important it is, how life-changing it is. We have a dynamic impact, a personal impact on the policies, the legislative, the decisions that are being made on their behalf.
Hello, everyone. My name is Scout Hartley. I'm a former foster youth with experience in New Jersey from ages 14 to 21. Today, I'm also a college professor, a child welfare consultant, and an organizer. These are dreams I've had for years that I've been able to achieve thanks to, in large part, the National Foster Youth Institute. This organization made me realize how big the world is and how much power I have to shape it. This is the lesson they deliver every day in their work. It's hard to put into words what that actually means. This organization empowers young people to advocate and use their voice as their power. These are young people who've been disempowered and displaced by the foster care system. One example I can think of, and one that still makes me very emotional, is actually something from a recent Congress member town hall. At this town hall, a young 17-year-old girl asked a question to a member of Congress, which to me just symbolized the essence of why NFYI is so valuable. Think about it. A 17-year-old girl asking a member of Congress a question. Someone who is currently involved, in fact, in the foster care system, dealing directly with the issue at hand in her question. Experiences like these may be the first time a young person realizes the power that they have. NFYI was there after Shadow Day to help me grow with the educational and peer support programming that I needed in order to equip me with skills to do grassroots advocacy in my community. I promptly began efforts to create a New Jersey chapter, which still works today to raise issues of foster youth in that state. Through the years, I have grown immensely, and NFYI was there much of the way. I served as a regional coordinator in 2018 and a regional coordinator supporter in 2019. Also as a national organizing intern this very year. With each opportunity came different lessons and challenges, all of which not only benefited my personal development, but more so my professional development. I learned how to work with diverse groups of people and how to develop and teach curriculum. I learned the importance of flexibility and preparation, and other many invaluable lessons. I am who I am today in large part because of NFYI. I love who I am today. I didn't think I would be able to say that a few years ago, and to that I attribute much to them. Now, also as a young scholar, I'm also fascinated by the democracy-changing impacts of NFYI. When we look at NFYI's work and its achievements, it's quite literally awesome. In the last 5 years that I've been part of the organization, there have been monumental advancements in the awareness of foster youth and alumni issues and the attention of legislators and policymakers across the board. We've seen members of Congress bring young people to the House floor and into their offices as a result of the Shadow Day program. Congressional dinners have been organized in which the focus was about foster youth and alumni issues. And most of all, there has been bipartisan recognition about the importance of addressing these issues. I'm very thankful today for being able to share this with you. It means a lot to speak about my experiences with NFYI. Have a great day.
I'd like to congratulate Kiko and Jules for receiving this year's Champion for Children Award from the National Foster Youth Institute. And I know that there are a lot of former foster youth who owe an awful lot to the effort, the caring, and the self-esteem building that Kiko put in over many, many years. So congratulations again, Kiko and Jules, for being honored tonight. Well earned, well deserved. We're all really, really proud of you. Keep it up.
Oh, wow, this is awesome. National Foster Youth Institute is honoring Kiko and Jules. Congratulations, guys. It's very nice to hear that you're being recognized for your work over the years. Congratulations and keep up the good work. Love you.
Hi, Jules. I just wanted to say congratulations on your nomination and your award, and also just tell you, everyone, how much you have been in my life. You're authentic, you're so, it's so many words to describe you and just the impact that you have in my life. And I just want to say thank you, and I love you, and I'm so grateful to have you. Say hi, Mama.
Yeah! Jules and Kiko and the Walt Disney Company, $10,000. This afternoon of celebration and learning is off the hook. Thank you, Wells Fargo. $10,000. Scott Adelson, $9,400. Let's keep it going and keep those hands up. NFYI. One of the many incredible things NFYI excels at is helping our youth connect to their creativity and use it as an outlet. We are excited to present an incredibly creative and wonderful, very special performance by NFYI member Ivory Bennett. Take it away, Ivory.
Good evening. My name is Ivory Bennett, and I'm going to recite for you a poem that I wrote entitled Woven Wonderings. Can we weave our tears of forgiveness into baskets of remembrance so that we may never forget the blood bond that our hearts pump through our veins? I love you, but not because I have to, because I want to. I feel you in pools wrapped around the recipes of my ancestors. You seep through lungs and lips, sharing whispers of kinetic kindness in every breath. I forgive you. And I still memories of perfection from antebellum fairy tales of my people, times when places were clearly defined and sadness was a cloak for some, wrapped in darkness for all, climbing to the tops of clouds, waiting to fall with the smack of every whip. I call out to you. And reverence, I want to remember your sweetness in a way that music will write away forevers and nevers, and the kisses of silence that we wrapped in unspeakable grievances for later generations to tear into with tools and tears across lifetimes, repairing lifelines. I see you. And I place you on 1,000 stages to share your stories across languages so that your legacy, your love will creep into ears in search of themselves. I taste you. In the dead of winter, when the pickled promises of grandfathers washed away from our glistening eyes like dogs lifting from dragging grasses, I feel you. And fingertips riddled with the stars, constellations of crimson crops trace sugar back to its sticky roots, watered with blood and bone, full of flesh and fight. Can we weave our wonderings into new worlds where joy is a peace that never stills? Thank you.
Congratulations, Kiko and Jules. I'm so proud of you and the organization NFYI, which you have so warmly embraced and supported. You have made a lasting difference in young people, giving them comfort and support and always being there to listen when troubles seem to overwhelm them. You have opened your home and your hearts and have given young people hope and self-esteem. You have given them hope when they had none, and you have helped direct their life into a meaningful future. God bless you both as you receive the honor that you both deserve. I love you.
I met Jules through NFYI in DC in 2018, and ever since then, she's treating me like family. Ever since then, I feel like Jules has just empowered me to be a strong, independent woman and to really just chase my dreams, and she really makes me feel like anything and everything is possible. So thank you. And Kiko, thank you for being so real with me and for always having the right advice and knowing what to say. I really appreciate that.
Hey Kiko, hey Jules, Drake and Gato here.
We just wanted to say thank you so much for being our mentors. We really appreciate you guys being in our lives and constantly giving us advice and support when we need it the most.
I'm really glad Carolina met you through NFYI, and I really appreciate you guys opening your homes, my sisters and I, and being very open and honest with us. You guys are definitely people we will always look up to. And since Halloween's right around the corner, we just want to say, focus, focus, you two are the dopest.
Good afternoon. I am Rebecca Louviao, NFYI's Development Director, and I'm very happy to be with you all today. I would first like to congratulate the 2020 Champions for Children, Jules and Kiko Washington. Jules and Kiko have both directly and indirectly impacted the lives of countless children and foster youth. I stand in admiration of their work and have witnessed their mentorship transform the lives of NFYI members. I want to tell you a little about NFYI's work and accomplishments. NFYI is a small but powerful organization. In our short history of 8 years, we have served over 1,000 current and former foster youth from across the nation. We've educated federal, state, and local decision and policymakers in California, Michigan, New Jersey, Wisconsin, Ohio, and the Washington, D.C. area on listening tours, at roundtables, and at meetings of youth and policymakers. Our educational efforts and partnerships have led to the introduction of more than 20 federal bills. One of these, the Family First Transition Support Act, helps to prevent children from entering foster care. Our signature event, Congressional Shadow Day, in which foster youth from across the nation come to DC and learn from and teach Congress members, is now being replicated at local and state levels. In Los Angeles, NFYI played a part in affordable housing solutions, new resources for foster children who have been commercially sexually trafficked, and in the creation of the first of its kind County Youth Commission, whose members will all be young people with lived experience in the child welfare and juvenile justice systems. Your contribution to NFYI helps to train, support, and employ former and current foster youth. We seek to empower youth and build leaders. To this end, we offer online and in-person trainings to youth in our internship and fellowships and provide employment opportunities to our local chapter volunteers. We are designed to build social networks and social capital and increase the economic mobility among alumni of foster care and their families. Finally, 80% of NFYI staff are former foster youth. Every one of us is passionate about our mission and dedicated to serving it. Thank you for joining us and supporting us. We would like to tell you a little bit more about where your support goes.
What's going on? My name is Marcus Scribner, and you may know me from the hit television show Blackish, where I play Andre Jr. Playing Andre Jr. has allowed me to be a youth advocate through amazing organizations like NFYI. I'm not only honored to work with NFYI, but I have also been fortunate enough to serve on the board. And you may be wondering where your donations go when you give, so I wanted to share some important information that will help you with your decision to support. So, $50 covers travel costs for an NFYI member to attend one quarterly regional chapter event. $250 is the cost to feed a group of young advocates during chapter meetings. NFYI youth leaders are given the opportunity to build skills that carry into the workplace. They learn to strategize in order to create better policy recommendations and are ultimately able to carry those experiences back into their communities. $3,000 is the average cost to send one delegate to NFYI's annual Shadow Day event. Hosted annually in Washington, D.C. I gotta tell y'all, it is extremely lit and it is an amazing, amazing opportunity. It is instrumental and life-changing as an experience. It helps attendees to not only identify and connect to their personal story, but also gives them the chance to share their story with their member of Congress. This experience gives them access and a voice in the political process that impacts the child welfare system. $5,000 provides care packages for 100 NFYI delegates. This is especially important during COVID-19, when many transition-age youth age out of foster care support. This is extremely important. This is one of the biggest issues that we are facing currently during these coronavirus times. So anything that you can give obviously helps, but this is a game changer. Finally, $12,000 provides wages and transportation for 6-month internships for one young adult. The internship is focused on organizing and galvanizing transition-aged foster youth in order to help them address issues faced by foster youth like homelessness. These are just a few examples of how your donations have an impact. No amount is too small. Please go to www.nfyi.org for more information. Stay safe, be well, and thank you guys so much for your support. It means the world to me and countless other people. Thank you.
I just want to say congratulations on being honored by NFYI. I'm so proud of both of you, but I'm not surprised at all. You are two of the most loving, compassionate, generous people that I know. Sissy, you have always had a passion for helping people and fighting for what's right. I'm just so proud of you both. And I love that you're advocating for foster youth, and it is such an amazing organization. You guys are an amazing example for me and for our kids, and I could not be more proud, and I love you guys so much. So congratulations.
Hey guys, congrats. I'm so proud of you. It's so awesome. It's so fitting for both of you. It's not a surprise, to be honest. You both are so giving. It's just a natural occurrence for you. It's awesome. I'm so proud of you guys, and I love you more than anything. You're such a great role model for me. I always look up to both of you.
Hi Jules and Kiko, congratulations on being recognized by the org. I'm very happy for you both, and you're both very deserving of this. As everybody else knows, that you both work very hard, but I am most grateful for the role that you have played in my life and the lives of other former foster youth and current foster youth by welcoming us into your homes and your hearts and your family. Again, I'm very happy for you, and I love you both. Congratulations.
What a fabulous tribute. Before I get started, I want to just give a few shout outs. I saw that Wells Fargo donated, so big ups to Wells Fargo. Thank you so much for donating to this program. Now, as we're thanking our sponsors, I want to remind you that we are $50,000 away from our goal. So to donate, please text Foster Power to 44321. Again, that's 44321, child. Now, you can also go to our website, www.nfyi.org. Again, www.nfyi.org. And you can click that orange box and donate.
Virtual hand clap to our lovely sponsors and donors. We appreciate you. Kim Parker Gordon, we appreciate you. $103. Yes. Chauncey Arnold, $100. Friends at Work, $250. This is what this afternoon and celebration is about. NFYI. Thank you, Kevin Parker. 100. Nothing is too little. Nothing is too great. Let's celebrate NFYI. And what a perfect segue into our next performance by some of the NFY incredible talents I'm excited to present to you. Woo-hoo-hoo! NFY members, Tasha, Tony, and Cherie.
I am from.
I am from.
I am from. I am from the pot, from a spoon and knife.
I am from old artwork, from radiators and side tables.
I am from books, from paper and pen. I'm from the tan building, the small no longer feels like home.
I am from the slightly run down but cozy interior.
I am from the wooden floors, red curtains that open up to a happy sunshine. I am from the tall oak tree, the dying grass, whose long limbs I remember as if they were my own.
I am from the dead roses, the cherry blossoms, whose long gone limbs I remember as if they were my own.
I am from the sunflower, the coconut palm trees, whose long gone limbs I remember as if they were my own. I am from the braids and the beads, from my daughter, and from the foster care system.
I'm from ordering Chinese food on Christmas Day and taking 20 minutes to say goodbye. From Bob and Linda.
I am from Jamaican Easter Sunday dinners and lots of prayers. From Roslyn and James. I am from the yelling and the tears and from the I'm sorry. Next time I'll do better. Be better. Tomorrow is a new day better.
I am from eating way too much and talking about things we shouldn't. And from hugging before we leave.
I am from brushing problems under the rug and church on Sundays, and from siblings that stick together.
I am from abuse, neglect, a motherless, unwanted child, a long way from home and being an only sunshine.
I'm from look at those dimples, and you're going to be a football player someday. And babyface.
I am from make sure you get an education because it's important, and you must honor thy father and thy mother no matter what. And ba ba black sheep, have you any wool?
I am from picking Christmas tree ornaments.
I'm from annual summer barbecues.
I am from not many traditions.
I am from Washington, D.C., and African American and American Indian, and from collard greens and rice and beans.
I'm from Detroit and Africa. Strawberry jello salad and peanut butter pie.
I am from St. Anne's Bay, Jamaica, and England, and foster care, and oxtail.
From feeling unwanted, a waste of space, dropped into a system like you drop trash into a can, bounced around like a ball on a court. They burnt me down. Now I rise from the ashes.
From dropping the camera on the stove and being too embarrassed to tell someone. Cherished gifts from former students, all stowed away in the garage, just waiting to be placed in a home of their own, which for me will be 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue someday.
From my mother not being strong enough to get justice for my abuse. She, the backbone of the family, elementary education, brainwashed into the thought that a woman's place is as a supportive wife in all things good and bad.
That is where I am from. Now, because of NFYI, I am a system changer.
This is where I'm from. But it's not just where I'm from. It's about where I'm going. Thanks to NFYI and all of these fantastic youth voices that they raise and other organizations as well. We are going places. So it doesn't matter where we're from, but it matters where we're going.
That is where I am from. Now, because of NFYI, I am a mentor, a leader, a national speaker, and an advocate for foster youth.
Thank you, Tasha, Tony, and Cherie, for a beautiful poem and performance. I'm Dr. Wendy Smith, incoming board chair of NFYI. Congratulations to our 2020 champions for children and my friends, Jules and Kiko Washington. I have the honor of introducing someone very special, special to me, special to NFYI, and special to our nation, the Honorable Karen Bass, who represents the 37th District here in LA and was recently on the short list to become a candidate for Vice President of the U.S. I first came to know her when she was in the California State Assembly, where she became the first Black woman in the United States to serve as Speaker of a state assembly. What impressed me then, and remains a driving force in her work, was her interest in and commitment to foster youth and their families, and to reform of the child welfare system. Her public service has consistently included a focus on child welfare policy, and she has played an important role in authoring and supporting legislation in that area. She led the development of the Congressional Caucus on Foster Youth, and now she also leads the Congressional Black Caucus. Representative Bass founded NFYI to lift the voices of those affected by foster care, so that it is their voices that drive transformative change in child welfare that will lead to strong, healthy communities, families, and children in the place of traumatic family separations. She is a hero to many, and certainly to me. Please stay with us for a fireside chat with the Honorable Karen Bass and 2 of our NFYI members. The mic is yours, Ivory.
Hi, my name is Ivory Bennett. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I work in Dallas, Texas. Currently, I'm a high school English teacher and a cheer coach. I'm also in graduate school. I will graduate in December with a master's in education administration and a principal certification. And I'm a 2020 Congressional Foster Youth Shadow Day delegate. Congresswoman Bass, you have inspired me by being a strong Black woman who stands up for what is right, what is fair, and what is just.
Hi, my name is Molly Hale, and I'm from Johnson City, Tennessee. I'm currently a senior at East Tennessee State University and will graduate in the spring with a political science degree. I am currently a regional coordinator for NFYI's Shadow Day and began my work with NFYI in 2018 as a delegate, where I met Ms. Bass. Ms. Bass, you have inspired me since with your determination and your courage.
So, as a politician, you meet people and hear stories from across the country and around the world. Can you tell us about a story that has inspired you the most?
Sure. Well, Molly and Ivory, thank you so much for including me. And let me just say, before I answer that question, let me just say congratulations to Jules and Kiko. I think Jill summed it up by describing you as loving, compassionate, and generous. I'm so grateful to work with you on the board, but more than anything, I'm just very grateful to call the 2 of you my friends. And let me just take a minute and thank the other members of the board and the staff and all of you that are participating today and all the young folks who are leading the way to transform the foster care system in the United States. So you asked me who inspired me. I can think of lots of people who've inspired me, but people who inspire me the most are people who persevere in spite of really difficult situations. And I can think of 3 of my colleagues, actually. Jim Langevin, he's one of the co-chairs of the Foster Youth Caucus, and Molly and Ivory, you might remember him. He's in a wheelchair, and he was, as a teenager, grew up wanting to be a police officer, and he was doing a ride-along, and the gun went off in the police station. And he has been in that wheelchair his whole life since he was an adolescent. And he's a member of Congress, and he comes and he speaks every year. And every time I hear his story, I'm always inspired. And I think of one of my colleagues, Lucy McBath. She's one of the women that we call the mothers of the movement. She lost her son to gun violence. He was in a parking lot with some friends, and somebody thought the music was too loud. And so they shot him and killed him. And she comes to work every day and perseveres and changed her life, changed the grief into activism. And then, of course, the whole world lost an incredible hero this year in Mr. John Lewis. And I know you guys had an opportunity to see him because he would come to Shadow Day and talk about inspirational, talk about somebody who really persevered in spite of lots of odds and dedicated his entire life to change.
Thank you.
Ms. Bass, you started 2 nonprofits. You saved California from its own demise. You are a beacon of hope in House leadership and for foster youth across the nation. What is something that you wish you had more free time to do?
Well, what I like to do in my free time, I like to bicycle ride on the beach. That's the wonderful thing about Los Angeles, right? And I also like to swim and read. Those are things I wished I had more time to do.
Sounds good to me. So, what is your favorite thing when you get away from calls and meetings and saving the world?
Well, that's it. I mean, I love, being able to interact with folks. I mean, all of us going through this COVID life we're leading now, it's great we get to see each other in this way. And the good thing about it is that you can actually see a lot more people than you ordinarily do. But I sure miss seeing people in person. I miss having town hall meetings where I get to interact with constituents and they're always rowdy, like, when we do the NFYI town hall. You guys are on the Hill and you have lots of questions for all the members of Congress. I certainly miss seeing you this year, but I'm hoping that next year this time we'll be able to go back to doing Shadow Day the way we have in the past and this event the way we have in the past.
Definitely.
Yes, most definitely. Well, Congresswoman Bass, it's your birthday. What do you wish for?
You know what I wish for more than anything right now, especially today? I wish for the suffering to end. I wish for the suffering to end. I wish for a vaccine because we've lost too many people, over 200,000 souls just in the United States alone. And that's what I wish for. So maybe by the time next year comes around and I have another birthday, we'll be past this, there'll be a vaccine, and we'll be able to have our normal lives back.
I hope you get your wish. We have a question hot off the press from our chats, and it's a question from Jeff. How can we ensure on a federal level that foster youth have access to technology?
Well, you know, one of the things that is very positive about Congress, unfortunately, you don't hear too many things that's positive about Congress, but this is an issue that brings everybody together. Democrats, Republicans, people come together to work on this issue. And so we need to pass legislation. And let me just tell you that because of COVID and because of the way it has disrupted education, I worry a lot about young people in the system who might not be able to access online education, are in their foster home. The foster parent might not be able, willing, or whatever. And so when life gets back to normal, we shouldn't go back to doing things the way we did it before. There's always been an achievement gap, and there's always been an achievement gap with young people in the foster care system, right? I mean, that's why folks struggle and go to a lot of high schools, and 3% of foster youth make it to college. Obviously, we want that to be a lot better. So when we're past this pandemic, we need to address that achievement gap, and we need to put the country back together again, but address some of the historic problems that we face. So that's what I want to see.
Thank you so much for that. And thank you for everything today. We appreciate you being here. We appreciate you being an ally and supporting us and making us feel safe and welcome. So thank you.
Well, I'm always available when NFYI needs me. It's a very, very important priority to me. And to be honest with you, I need the help. You guys help get the legislation passed. It's one thing for me to try to do it and for legislators to try to do it. But what really makes it get across the finish line, how you like that, Conway? What gets it across the finish line is all of your voices and your influence. And when you come and when you meet with a member of Congress, you turn their heads around. So you know what happens after every Shadow Day? Members of Congress come up, number one, and they tell me all the stories about what happened. But they also get mad if they didn't have a young person shadow them. And I think that's a good thing. So you guys make the difference, and I need your help so we can get the job done.
Thank you. We look forward to helping.
All right.
Thank you so much for all you do, and thank you so much for being here today, Congresswoman Bass. In honor of your birthday, we have something special recorded for you.
Happy birthday, Ms. Bass, from me and Baby Jackson. We hope it's a great day.
Yo, I just wanted to wish Miss Karen Bass a very, very happy and special birthday. Your body of work is amazing, and it has inspired me to do more philanthropic work. It inspired me to join NFYI, and what you have done for the community to reinvigorate it. Being a person from Los Angeles, it has meant the world, and you are an extreme inspiration to everybody in the community. So thank you so much for what you do, and happy birthday, Miss Karen Bass.
Happy birthday, Ms. Bass. Thank you so much for your hard work and dedication to change the foster care system throughout the years. I hope that today is a wonderful day for you and that it's filled with gifts and cake and all the people that you care about. We love you and can't wait to see you once this whole pandemic is over. Once again, happy birthday and hope to see you soon. Bye.
Hi, my name is Kenneth Chansey, the West Coast Policy and Organizing Manager here at NFYI. I want to take this moment to wish Congressmember Karen Bass a very special happy birthday. Thank you for amplifying foster youth voices, and thank you all for attending today's gala.
Hi, Miss Bass. I am here. Tasha from Pennsylvania is here to say happy birthday. Thank you for all that you do on behalf of foster youth voices and foster youth all around the country. You're such a mom to us, and we appreciate you so much.
Happy birthday, Karen. Many, many more. You've had a great year. Continue your great work.
As Speaker of the House, it is an honor to join the committed leaders and advocates of the National Foster Youth Institute to wish my friend and colleague, Chairwoman Karen Bass, a happy birthday. Chairwoman Bass has dedicated her life to building a brighter future for our children and all Americans. Karen Bass has done so most recently as the founder of the Caucus on Foster Youth, chair of the Congressional Black Caucus, and a champion for progress and justice in the Congress. Karen, on behalf of your many friends in the Congress, please accept our best and warmest wishes for a year ahead filled with health and happiness. Happy, happy birthday.
Thank you. That was the best. That was a real surprise. I appreciate that very much. Thank you, NFYI.
Happy birthday, Congresswoman Bass. You are a phenomenal powerhouse. Many blessings for the year ahead, including a vaccine and more swimming and reading. It's now that time to hear from our honorees and my dear friends, Jules and Kiko Washington. Jules, Kiko, you exude kindness, loyalty. You are everything that I would want in a friend and what this world needs more of. You are beautiful people on the inside and out. I am inspired by you. I am so grateful to be in your lives. I love the way you parent. I love your sense of inclusion. And again, kindness. That is what you exude every day in every way. And you are parents to so many, as we have seen today. So without further ado, here is one of the most very special tributes of all.
Congratulations, Mom and Dad. You're in the NFYI. I'm so excited. So proud of you. Bye.
Hi, Mom and Dad. This is a bit of a surprise, but I just wanted to say congratulations on being honored. I know you guys put so much effort into NFYI. You worked so mind-bogglingly hard on everything. So I just wanted to say congratulations, and what you do really inspired me to do community work for others. And yeah, just congratulations, you guys, and thank you.
Wow, so many surprises. I'm finding it hard to feel worthy of such an honor, especially since I look at all of my friends on the board and the NFYI staff and all of the youth who give of themselves to push every day and make change. I'm so lucky to be here with all you amazing people. Jenny Poulos, you're the best. I mean, ridiculous.
She really is. You know, it reminds me of Jules. Barry Meyer and I always speak about how we're married to such amazing women.
You are.
And how easy it is to be the wingman. So I say thank you for allowing me to be your wingman. You're amazing. As Jules mentioned, we were very surprised when we were asked to be tonight's honorees. Surprised, but truly, truly touched. It really is an unprecedented time in history with everything that's going on, and 2020 will certainly be a year to remember. We talk about a resource inequality gap that exists right now, and whether you're talking about the education system, healthcare system, or just the workforce, those who can work remotely versus those who can't. It's just a tough time for so many. So we join all of you in doing our part to make this a better world. And we also get a great deal of inspiration from a number of people. And I'd like to share with you one individual who we both know, and we're also tied to the Myers in a lot of ways. And her name is Quenisha Gatlin. I call her Q. So for those of you who are James Bond fans, there is a Q associated with the movie series, but our Q is truly the more powerful one. Q started as an intern at Warner Brothers through a program that Barry Myers started years ago. But in 2010, Q started and quickly became the star intern of the organization. She had such passion and such integrity. So after the summer, she was in school. When we were starting up the internship program the next year, I got so many requests from around the company, all wanting Q to come back to the organization. So Q ended up being an intern and employee at Warner Brothers for 3 years. During that time, she discussed her desire to pursue her master's degree. So from Barry in the internship program to Wendy at USC, she went on to USC and got her master's degree. She also talked about wanting to work with veterans. And that's what she's doing today. With so many veterans in need of assistance, both economic assistance as well as mental health assistance, Q gives her time and energy every day, regardless of what time it is, to go out and provide support for these veterans. So I say to you, Q, you continue to inspire me, and I thank you for all you are doing for society and for everyone you touch. Jules?
I feel the same way. I feel like I've been just so inspired. Some of you who surprised us today that I'll talk about, but when I first learned about NFYI with my son, Austin and we went to an outdoor event where the youth were working on a Prop HHH, a major housing measure for LA. It was hot, but the NFYI youth were there and they were pumped up and ready to inform the community about this measure and get them involved. It was there that I met Laura Lamelli, pink-haired Laura that you just saw. She was nervous that day, if you can believe it. She admitted to the large crowd that it was her first time speaking in public, but she was a force. Her enthusiasm was captivating and her passion for fairness and equality beamed through her. She is presently a case manager for the Children's Law Center. As you may have seen from the video, Shadow Day for NFYI is an incredible experience, and the NFYI listening tours are where empowered youth have visits with policymakers. So Shadow Day and the listening tours are where you really can see foster youth voices and what they can truly accomplish. So people talk about wanting to make change, and these young people are actually doing it. They're working with legislators in their community, and they are organizing other people to do that as well. So one year at Shadow Day, I was meeting with youth about their experience and their congressperson that day, and the work they plan to do with their community when they got back. And there I met Christine and Megan and Caroline, who surprised us as well, saying their thank yous, all former foster youth. Christine is working hard towards a degree in kinesiology because she finds that her strength in the body being strong empowers you. And she has an infectious smile, as you could see. Megan, with the baby, has a huge heart, and she's going to be, the best mother to her baby girl and give her an abundance of love because she has that to give. Caroline Wolf has been a fierce advocate of foster youth and speaks at so many events. And she even spoke about NFYI with our very own Marcus Scribner on TV. I've been able to spend time with Gato and her siblings. You met Drake. And they were all in foster care. And they are all in jobs that give back to other youth. I've learned so much from them, and sometimes I feel like I am the one who's being mentored. So one day I was talking to Caroline about jobs, and she was working part-time for Happy Trails, an amazing camp for foster youth. And she held a part-time job at a kiosk at the mall. And I suggested that she was so great at working with foster youth that she quit her job at the mall and just worked full-time with a foster youth organization. So she explained to me that, she explained it very clearly because that's Gato. She's deliberate and she's thoughtful and she knows what she wants. But she explained that she liked having a job where she could bring awareness to the about foster youth. She went on to explain that when she was helping people try on sunglasses, that she would talk to them, and it would often lead her to a discussion about child welfare and the child welfare system somehow, because that's how she is. She means business. And she explained that if she were just around former foster youth or other people who worked in the system, that she wouldn't be in contact with others who needed to know about foster care. She graduated from college with a BA in psychology. Did I mention that during these jobs, she was also going to school? And even through this pandemic, she is working and connecting and is such a force for good. She continues to inspire us. NFYI has brought these amazing people into our lives. And so what started out with me wanting to help the youth navigate life and how to make change has actually been reversed. That's why it's truly an honor for us to be here. I don't know what else I can say in this incredibly humbling moment that I won't ever forget. But we promise each and every one of you that we will give our very best. I will not take this experience for granted, and I will keep on working with my peers and my friends at NFYI to build our movement. And we will continue to fight for better for our youth because they deserve it. They deserve our love and support.
Thank you.
Our champs, Jules and Kiko.
Woo! A big congratulations to Jules and Kiko, and thank you so much for all your support.
Can you believe it, Theron? My rock star, the time is now. The time is over. It's flown by. Where did the time go? We all sincerely appreciate taking your valuable time to support and participate in NFYI's 2020 Annual Afternoon of Learning and Celebration.
As you can see, NFY is doing important work that advocates for current and former foster youth. Your support not only keeps the organization from running, but it goes towards helping create a better future for children in the foster care system as a whole.
Amazing. Let's give it up some more. Supervisor Hilda 5,000. Warner Brothers 5,000. Keep it on going. NFYI. FYI. We are in NFYI for life. Marcy Harris Dawson, 2,500. Ken and Noreen Bagley, 2,500. For more information, please go to www.nfyi.org to find out how to support us throughout the year. We will see you next year. Thank you again to all our sponsors, our donors, our champions for children, Jules and Kiko Washington, to all the beautiful people in the staff, the NFYI members. I'm inspired by you. Many blessings and happy birthday, Congresswoman Bass. See you next year.